Today we are back at Basildon Sporting Village and we are at South Essex Gymnastics, which I'm really, really excited about. I used to go here when I was a tiny, tiny tot, but that would have been well over 20 years ago. So I'm very excited to give gymnastics another try. Let's go.
So first up, we were giving ribbon a go, and it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Just moving a ribbon in circles. It was very hard work on the arms. And then we were doing snakes, I think these were called. And then it was on to the twirls. Now, Katie, the coach, is a professional and told me you had to get 5 little circles going for it to count. I had a slightly shorter ribbon, so I should have been aiming for 4. I think at best I got about 3.5 through the whole process. 1, 2, yeah, 3.5. Oh, I feel like there was 4 there for a second. It was hard wrist work. It was much harder than I thought. And then we were starting to throw them, and I just started getting myself a bit tied up. Katie makes it look so easy. And then I started doing it what she wanted, but completely by accident. Poppy was very impressed with me. And then we moved on to throwing. Here's Katie showing us how it's done. Sounds pretty simple, right?
Oh my God.
Katie makes it look very, very easy. So now I'm going to try. Nearly hit myself in the face, but got there. I caught it. This is Abby, who joined in with the class with us. This is her usual class that I kind of bombarded, but we had a lot of fun, and it was so nice to have 3 people with 3 different disabilities in the same room, all doing the same class together. That was a really, really lovely part of this. This is Katie being even more impressive and me throwing it over my lap again rather than into my hand. Let's try again. Sort of. Shall we give it one more try?
Yeah, there we go.
It worked. Then we moved on to clubs. I think, despite these being the harder apparatus, I don't know if that's the right thing to call it, I actually preferred these the most. I think maybe because they had a bit of weight to them. Again, Katie makes it look very easy, but she is a professional gymnast. And I dropped them on the floor. And of course, with every different skill that Katie taught me, I had to keep doing it until I got it right. Not because Katie told me to, just because I needed to. The problem with these clubs is that they were not super heavy, but if they clonked you on the head, they hurt, which I unfortunately happened to learn, which I think you'll see a bit later in the video. So this was trying to throw them up in the air, just do a simple spin, 2 at the same time. Abby absolutely loved throwing things as high as humanly possible. I was so close.
Oh, very close. Thank you. Oh.
Abby said I was doing a good job.
Yeah.
Will I get it this time?
Ready? 3.
Come on, Katie.
3, 2, 1.
No. Trying with just one, I was much better, but that wasn't really the idea. Now we had to try again with both.
Well, you can do one single, one double.
I honestly don't know how Katie does this one. It's one has to do 2 turns and the other one has to do 1 turn. And my brain just could not compute. I either had to throw both of them in double turns or neither of them. So now we're going to do a forward toss, which was kind of like a flick with your thumb and your finger. Again, Katie making it look very, very easy. It was absolutely not.
And the hand, yeah. The hand doesn't do anything. Like my hand doesn't move, it opens and finishes. Right. The more you try and move around, it just gets more complicated. Abby, you can try this one, the one where we throw forwards away from us. So you just push up and catch. Yeah. There we go.
Listen.
Yeah. The more with clubs, the more you don't think about it, the easier it is in a sense, and you just have to trust.
I said yes, but I don't think that was true. Now we're doing some more funky wrist work to make cool patterns. I have no idea what this was called, but I really, really enjoyed this one and wanted to get it right. I was relatively, I was about to say I was relatively good, but I was not doing a good job.
Like, I'll try it.
I loved Abby's attitude rather than Poppy's. But I feel like I got there in the end. I could do the first circle pretty well. The underneath circle was absolutely not working for me. I could go over nicely and then, maybe I got it for about 2 turns and that was it.
You got the first one, it's the transition into the second one's always hard.
Then we were trying much higher throws. You're supposed to, when you're throwing these in competition, get them like twice the height of you. So I missed catching it a lot. But you see how Katie doesn't move, or she takes 1 step and she catches it, and I don't.
You trying?
Abby is the best little cheerleader.
Because you don't do it?
I nearly hit myself in the head. I caught it behind myself.
Nicely. Make it higher.
Too far in front of me again. But I'm persistent. I'll keep trying. That kind of works.
Big up.
And again, I can't give up, can I?
Big jump.
We go again. Throw. That time I hit myself on the head and it hurt. And that was Abby reminding me to not hurt myself after I hurt myself. I was a bit more scared of the club this time, so I ducked out of the way. Then we went back to something simple, or simple that I thought it might be simple, working with the ball. And I could get it halfway, but I couldn't get it the whole way round.
There we go.
Which of the things that we used, ribbons, clubs, balls, do you think that I was better at? I feel like the ribbon was my favourite when I wasn't tying myself up with it. Overall, this was a really fun session and something I definitely go back to of all the things I've tried so far. And it was really nice to sit down and have a chat with both Abby and Katie about why they love gymnastics and what it's like being disabled in the gymnastics world.
What do you do?
What do I do? I work on social media.
What's happening with gymnastics?
Why am I at gymnastics? I'm at gymnastics because I want to try and do some more sports because I don't really do any sports. How many times a week do you do sport?
I do sports in gym.
Yeah. How many times
And
do you come to gym?
your job?
What's my job? I work on social media. I make videos and show people.
Football.
And football. I haven't tried football yet, no. Maybe next.
Next week.
Next week, maybe. So I'm trying lots of different sports because the Paralympics is on.
You try in gymnastics.
Yeah, so I've tried gymnastics today.
Come, you should go on there.
Yeah,
I knew.
I know.
Do it well, please.
You don't need to talk into it. What is your best bit of gymnastics? What's your best bit of gymnastics?
What's your gymnastics?
What's my best bit? I think my favourite bit was doing the clubs. And I liked doing the ribbon.
And
What else did we do? We did ball.
did balls boxing.
Yeah. And what was the other thing we did?
We did bowling.
Yeah, we did.
And we did clubs. Did high and can.
You like throwing things as high as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
your
that.
favourite bit. You hurt your back. But what's so good about coming here? What's so good coming here and doing gym?
What's your gymnastics like your mum?
My gymnastics? Well, did you think my gymnastics was any good?
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
Not too much.
Not too much, yeah, that's fair. It's my first day.
And are you in?
Am I going to come back to the gym?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully, maybe. If you'll let me come back. Yeah. Yeah.
You turn around.
Turn around. Where am I turning around to?
Face this way.
Okay.
And turn this way.
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Thank you so much, Abby. That means
And
a lot.
we'll see far away.
See you later.
You see quick.
Oh, I'm going this way.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So this is Katie, who's just hosted that little taster of rhythmic gymnastics here at South Essex Gymnastics. She is the acting head of rhythmic. So tell us a bit about your experience in gymnastics and also your experience in disability gymnastics and why you've kind of helped make this program run.
So I started gymnastics myself at age 5 because I was visually impaired. I was walking around like a wonky head, trying to be able to see. My mum was like, let's stick her on a beam. I think that's
a great idea.
That's going to help. Let's stick her on a beam. So I started in artistic gymnastics. That's it for me. So I stayed at that, tried some trampolining. At 11, I then moved over to rhythmic. Then had a good few years, I was on national squad and things. And then at 14, we then added to it because I got pots as well.
Oh.
So we added to it just throw throw
pots in
yeah,
there.
so then we were struggling with that. Then that was kind of going on. And I decided to make the move over here, and we were juggling that because it was a long time. And my mum was like, I'm not going to drive you 100 miles a day to then you get here and not be able to do it. So we were juggling that. Then it kind of improved, so kind of focused into my career at that point. So done a few years here, retired last year, and then coaching has been the next thing forward. So focusing on girls, building kind of a disability pathway. I think through my career I saw some of the flaws in it. There's some great things going on. So now it's just building those.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it's amazing that you've been able to grow the disability program here, and kind of just be inclusive of whoever you've got in front of you. I think that's so important. Obviously, through your experiences, you've kind of seen and experienced it yourself. Like, what was the thing you wanted to most make sure was available?
I think that any kid can come and give it a go, because for me, I wouldn't want to go into a one-to-one consent session because that's not my ability. I was going into mainstream classes with a few adaptations here and there, so I kind of wanted it to be like that, where I've got a pathway for you, whatever you need.
Yeah.
So obviously the likes of Ali comes to my SEN session, there's 2 of them in it, they've got me, and that's it.
Yeah.
In a quiet floor. Whereas when I was training with the girls at national level, crazy floor, just because that's where I fit in. So I think for the kids there's some effort. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure that everyone's getting even on the artistic side, kind of do the same into squads. So.
Yeah, and it's not just making it, obviously it's making it accessible to everyone and anyone, no matter their level of gymnastics, whatever they've done before, as well as any disability or condition that is going to impact them.
Kind of for me, I always wanted to focus on ability rather than disability. Yes, there are kids that are going to be severely impacted and won't be able to do as much, but there is kids who are disabled that are extremely talented that need to be pushed to that next level. And their disability doesn't come into that in a sense. Like it's there and it needs adaptation and it needs to do things, but actually, no, you're still going to be amazing.
Exactly, and it shows with the right accessibility and adaptations and understanding what we can do. And I think that's why I've been doing this series, because with the Paralympics on, I was saying earlier, like it's been a good 8 years since I've really done any kind of sport. And I used to do, when I was a kid, I did gymnastics, I did swimming, I did badminton, I did a lot. So it's so amazing to find these little pockets of things that aren't, as you say, aren't just adaptive. Because you can't say, it's an adaptive class, because that's not going to suit every kind of disability, because every disability is so wildly different. So I think that's the amazing thing, is being so inclusive of everyone, and that's what it is, and we make the adaptations, what can be achieved.
Yeah. Just opening up conversations,
I think it's just a lesson for society, isn't it? It's just making sure that, if everyone's got their needs met, they can do what.
People are scared of it. Just ask questions.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. And I think from why I've been scared to get back into it is that lack of understanding of being, because I not only have the disability, but we have the chronic illness element as well, which it can be difficult to manage, as you've discovered. So I think that's what's it's scary having to explain.
Yeah.
But I think if you find the right place, and, obviously you have that understanding, and there's going to be loads of coaches that have that understanding and, work with it as opposed to against it.
Yeah. That's why I moved here in the first place. I was at a club at local time. I met my coach who worked here, the national squad, and our views were just the same. She was supportive. She saw in me more than what I was doing. And I was like, I don't care whether that's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. That's the place I need to be.
Yeah.
That's the understanding that I push I need.
Yeah. I love that. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for having us today. It's been so much fun. I think I'll be back. So as you can see, we absolutely loved gymnastics the other day, and I really, really loved having that chat with Katie. It's so lovely to get the insights of a coach and someone else with a disability as well, working within sport. And then today we're about to go and try Boccia for the first time. Now this is the only sport that does not have an Olympic counterpart. It's solely for the Paralympics. It's a little bit like bowls. I've never tried it before, so I'm really interested to see what it's like and see how I do. So let's go try it out. So Boccia is played with different coloured balls. The white ball is the jack, and the aim is to throw your ball as close to the jack as humanly possible. The points depend on how many of each team's colour get closest to the ball. So for example, in this setup, the Reds have currently got 3 points, but it's the Blues' throw. And now, Corin, how would you call this? Who's got the point?
So for that one, I would say, well, it looks like a bit of a draw to me, actually. These two are really close to each other.
A draw?
I'd say that one's a draw.
I like it.
So we started off doing some little warm-ups to get our coordination and our brains going a little bit, as well as just warming up our throwing muscles. We just did a bit of throwing and catching. Started off really, really simple, just throwing the ball up and down.
I did gymnastics last week, so it was on yeah, but I embarrassed myself last week.
Alright, and then what we're going to do now is hopefully make this even harder. So we're going to throw both balls, we're going to cross them in the air, and we're going to catch.
Then we made it a little bit more complicated by throwing both of the balls and swapping them, and then I just decided that I wanted to juggle instead. Okay, we had our first match. Unfortunately, the blue team were not doing very well. No one was doing particularly well, in all honesty, at the first. We're all very, very far away from the white ball. This was a lot of our first times doing this, but there were some people on each team who'd done it a lot more. But yeah, not many of us even got close. This game is a lot about strategy, and I think that's mainly why the blue team failed so badly. If you look at this round, you can see how close 2 of the blue balls are, completely blocking our way.
You can pick anyone you like to go next.
It's my go. How close can I get? I took on the role of captain, but I don't think I did particularly well. I think that was quite good, but I can't actually see where the white ball is, so... I was actually pretty good, but it was definitely strategy that let us down. But I would 100% play Boccia again. It was really, really nice to have a bit more of a community feel and also a competitive feel, because all of the other sports that I've done as part of this series so far have been kind of solo sports, whereas this can be an individual sport, but it can also be a team sport. And that's what was really, really nice, was chatting with other people and building a relationship as a little team, even if the blue team did lose 15-3 in the end. We thought it was going so well this round. Look at all those blue balls and how close they are. And then the reds came along and absolutely smashed us out of the way. The game's over for the blue team.
Thank you for coming along with me to enjoy gymnastics and boccia. I had a really, really good time at both. And they're both things that I think I'd actually go back to. I would love to know if you've tried anything, if you've been inspired by the Paralympics and tried any new sports or activities. So do let me know in the comments. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope to be back with some more Average Disabled Gen versus videos very soon. So also I'd love to hear in the comments what you would like to see Average Disabled Gen take on next. It doesn't have to be sport, it can be absolutely anything, and we'll try our best to give it a go. But if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. I'll see you very soon for another video.